checking back in with all of you. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. This is me looking at Kayla Berg, Astrology. Here are some pictures of Kayla Berg. She went missing August the 11th, 2009 from Wisconsin. She was last seen at this McDonald's here in the middle of the Astrology. I have a few time zones going on. The pink time zone is around 9:30. The purple time zone is around 11 p.m. And some of the red time zones are a mixture of 9 and 11:15. So I have a couple of time zones that I'm still currently mapping out. There wasn't an exact time for when she went exactly missing, and there was a delay and complications about her being reported missing as well. So she went missing from this McDonald's here in the middle of the chart. She was at her father's house. She told her father that she was leaving probably around 8:40 or 8:45. And then she was seen at the McDonald's between 9 and 11 p.m. A friend saw her at this McDonald's between 9 and 11. You know, that's why I'm looking at anywhere between 9 and 11 p.m. But I believe the astrology is showing us that she gets into a lot of trouble after 11:15. So this is just an empty lot now. This McDonald's here does no longer exist. It was torn down. Her father's house was over here. Now she was with a young man by the name of Kevin. Kevin was supposed to drop her off at an abandoned house that these kids would party at. And I have the abandoned house way out here. Possible abandoned house. So the map does go out to 29. It also goes out to 28. So that's, 29,000. That could be 29,000 yards, 29,000 feet, 29,000 miles, or 29 miles, or 2.9 miles, or 2.09. Okay, so I have a couple of little markers that I have all over the place where I'm mapping feet, I'm mapping yards, I'm mapping miles, I'm mapping, thousands of yards. Okay, so this is where this possible abandoned house was. And I do have a DC line going out to this area. So I don't know if they did go to this abandoned house or not. But mostly I have lines going to where the young man that was with her was named Kevin. And most of these lines are connecting to areas where Kevin is familiar with. Okay. So if you guys hear my dog in the background, just please just know that she's licking herself. She's right behind me. She's shaking. Why are you shaking? Because we have a storm. It's been like she shakes when it rains, and then she comes and sits behind me. So she gets really nervous when it rains. So I don't know what you'll hear. A lot of licking, a lot of just breathing heavy and snoring and all that. So okay. So we'll go ahead and just look at some of her astrology. So, like I said, I think law enforcement has her missing between 9 and 11. This is at 11:15 where I think she does get in trouble. We can kind of see here. If we go back to 9. Keep an eye on the moon. I think you should really look at the moon when we don't have an exact time of a person, because it does tell a lot. Here the moon is at 28 degrees in the first house. Pretty tight conjunction to DNA. Juno is in the first house, which is in Aries. So this gives me a feeling that she might be in conflict. There could be something with a relationship here, or some type of relationship that she may have. Uranus is hugging the AC, and it is opposed Saturn. So we have a shocking, unexpected event opposed a body. This puts my ruler of the chart at Jupiter, which makes sense because Jupiter does rule teenagers. She's right here, Jupiter, at 22 degrees. She's in the house of 22 degrees is kill or be killed degree. These three, actually these four, are really hanging out here. This is a stellium in the 12th house. And stelliums are kind of interesting. In crime, you know, sometimes the house is a little crowded and a planet can drown, or you're going to get the negative aspects of that planet. Now, that might be a little bit different when you're looking at your natal chart. Like I said, I'm looking at a crime chart right now, okay? So, with the Jupiter being at a 22 degrees, it's a kill or be killed degree, and Tryon is the wounded healer. He is the wound that never heals, with a friend group. Teenage friend group, okay? That's how I'm looking at that. Mercury is ruling our open enemy right now, and that you know, that is being of service to someone at the 13th degree. So is he annoyed? Is he angry? That is an Aries degree, okay? And it can be someone that's under 20. It can also be someone that's under 29 years old as well. Okay, excuse me. All right, so let's go and look at the chart at, oh, another thing I want to show you is that on the day that she went missing, this is from 2009, August the 11th, you can see here, we have a void of course moon also at the 22nd degree, which is a kill or be killed degree. In Aries, Aries rules conflict, anger, it rules cars, vehicles, it also rules murder, okay? And the void of course moon is out of the void of course moon at a 0 degrees in Taurus, which rules the neck, the throat, the larynx, the voice, okay? Talking is here, and that's at a 0 degrees as well. And, you know, this is a cold case. And when we have people that go missing, when there's an active void of course moon, it means that it's going to be very difficult to find them. And look, we also have Jupiter here at the beginning of the void of course moon, and she is being ruled by Jupiter at 9 p.m. Okay, so I do find that pretty interesting how the astrology talks to us there. When a void of course moon is active, when a person goes missing, it means it's very difficult to find them. It means that law enforcement might have a delay of getting the information that they need for the missing person or for the victim. That there's just some fog and confusion because the moon is not connecting, okay? So the moon was not connecting between the 11th and the 12th, the day that she went missing, okay? So if we look, let's look at, okay, so here we have Pluto in the 10th house, all right, at a 0 degrees. We have the North Node with friendship groups in Aquarius, friendship groups, a shocking event, okay, a part of her destiny, part of her fated aspect here, okay, well, not really an aspect, but it's in a house of your hopes, your dreams, your friendships, and it's at a 0 degrees, meaning it's a beginning and an end. We have a lot of 0 degrees in this chart. Pluto is at a 0 degrees. Look at all of the red lines heading up to Pluto there, okay? Pluto is a planet of transformation and death, and it's in the 10th house here. And then you'll watch the moon. The moon is at a 28 degrees here in the 1st house. And right here we have Kevin in the house of travel. And I have a couple, the South Node is at 0 as well. Next to K. I pulled a couple of name placements. Kayla, Kay, anything that sounds like her name, okay? And I have Kayla in Scorpio in the 8th house of death as well, okay? So here, this is where I feel like things start to get intense after 9:15. If you look, I'll do 10. Let's take a look at 10:15 and see how these planets move. Okay, 10:15. Now Pluto is in the 9th house. Okay, we have the North Node heading into the 10th house, and it makes me wonder something about her reputation or something about his ego, because the South Node, let's see, the moon is now at a 29 anaretic degree. It's getting closer to the victim line, AC. Mars is ruling this chart, or as of now, and Mars is in the house of travel, which makes me think there could be an argument in that car while they're traveling, or there could be something with her hands. So here, South Node is in Leo at a 0 degree here. So in the 4th house now, which is in the womb and in the tomb. I have Hygeia in the womb and in the tomb. I have Vesta in the womb and in the tomb. I have Venus, which is ruling the DC line at a Leo, at a Libra degree, 19th degree. Libra, 19th degree is like that friendly neighbor, or the friendly person that you wouldn't suspect, but sometimes they can. 19th degree Libra can be someone that's not, seems friendly, but something snaps, or they're not who they seem to be. And it puts my open enemy in the house of in the womb and in the tomb. Okay. And Venus does rule parts of the neck, and the back, and people that you know, people that you have a relationship with, people that you know that you would be connected to somehow, possibly. Okay, it's everyone who's not us, or it's people that you have contracts or relationships with. And so if I go to, let's go to 11, where I think she starts to get in trouble here, is 11:15. So, sorry, I'm holding my phone doing this with the dog behind me, shaking the bed. Okay, so are you okay? Okay, I think she's calming down now. She shakes whenever there's like a storm. She's a rescue pit bull, so, okay. So, yeah, this is where I feel like, so Pluto crosses over here, and, it's in the 8th house of death now, at a 0 degree. So again, the moon is in the house of endings and sorrows, myself undoing, myself unfolding, with DNA, with Juno, a relationship, Aquarius, Uranus, which is a shocking event, Pisces, I'm curious about the whole drug situation. Was she drinking alcohol? Was she kind of tricked or lied to or deceived? And was she given something? Or possibly, I don't know why my computer does that. It jumps around. Or was she intoxicated? Jupiter at 22 degrees still in Aquarius in friendship groups, opposed the sun. That's her vital life force. We could have an older guy at 19th degree that's bigger than her. It's something with ego. 5th house is hooking up. So, it doesn't look good that Pluto is opposed Mars, and it doesn't look good that Pluto is opposed Venus either, okay? Because Venus does rule all females, and this is now she's being ruled by Venus, and it's opposed Pluto in the 8th house of death at a beginning and an end. The North and the South Node are both at 0 degrees. She is at a 0 degrees and in the womb in the tomb with Hygeia there. So it doesn't look good. And I really think this is probably when things start to get bad. So, and with that whole void of course moon, the moon's not connecting at these times. So law enforcement is going to have a hard time with this case. And it can take years to solve. Okay, years. Because because they're not connecting, all right? Summer Wells was another case that was a void of course moon when she went missing. There's a couple of cold cases of kids that have gone missing on void of course moons, and it's been 20 years and they're still not found. So Kayla is sadly a void of course moon missing child, okay? And it takes on a whole other animal in the chart when you're breaking down the astrology. So there's rumors that Kevin, okay, so please understand that Kevin is considered innocent until proven guilty. I have no way of knowing if Kevin is involved. I have a spirit box session that mentions his name. I'm going to upload that soon to you guys. Probably tomorrow after work, I'll get that out to you. I have a very intense spirit box session where they talk about a lot of things. So I'm not sure where Kevin worked when this crime happened, when she went missing, okay? But there is rumors that he worked at a potato farm. There's also rumors that he worked at a dairy farm. I have a dairy farm out here. Like I said, I don't know if this is the dairy farm that he worked at. You can kind of like look around just how desolate it is in this area. I mean, honestly, guys, like, it's just farmland. It's just tons and tons of farmland. So if he really wanted to hide a body, like I said, I don't know if Kevin's involved or not, okay? I'm just hypothetically speaking here. He worked down this way, all right? If he did work at this dairy farm, which I don't know if he did or not, okay? I'm just saying if he did, it's down this way, so he might be familiar with this road. But I mean, look at this road. I have the AC line at 11 p.m. going through here. So, I mean, it's just woods, and houses are back here, and farms might be back here, but they're really kind of off the road. If a car drove by and turned its lights off, you wouldn't probably even know a car was out here. And he could easily pull over in any of these trees and put a body. That's if Kevin is guilty. He has we're giving him the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law, of course. But you can just kind of get my idea of me telling you that that's kind of what this whole place is like. Just roads like this of just trees and just emptiness and nothingness. Just woods, okay? So that does go out to this lake out here that maybe he was familiar with, or maybe they were familiar with. I am curious about this area here. Let me see if it will let me put a person there. It won't let me. No, it won't let me. So, trying to get it so you guys can see. I have a spirit box saying something about Bryant, or it's like they say Brian or Bryant. They do say strangled on the spirit box. They do mention Kevin's name, but I'll let you guys hear that for yourselves, and you can hear what they say about that. I'll post that soon. But I am curious about this area here, out where his father lived. And when they said Bryant, that is the line of Algol. I have the line of Algol that goes through Bryant right here. This line right here is Algol, and it goes through Bryant. So, yeah, I am kind of curious about that. And I have some areas here that Kevin would be familiar with because his dad lived out in this area. There is a lake by his dad's house. The spirit box did say, the spirit box said property. They said that she is weighed down. They talked about her neck and strangulation. They talked about she thought she had food poisoning, and that there was a fight and that there was an attack. They mentioned her neck, and that she was weighed down by something and put on property and is weighed down. So I don't know if that's like she's buried or what. Again, that's just a spirit box. I can't prove to you if that's true or not. You will hear that soon. I'm going to try to get it uploaded tomorrow night. So, you know, there's all these areas out here of these roads that, I mean, you can just kind of see, guys. I mean, it's really, really in the middle of nowhere. But these little back roads that, you know, if his dad lived out here, he would be familiar with. And you can see how tiny these roads go. And there's just nothingness. So, I'm thinking she was probably buried and then things were put down to hold her down. When I asked the spirits if there's any evidence of this, they said something about a cement, the thing that mixes cement, or something, the thing that holds the cement and mixes the cement. Don't know if that's connected or not. I have out where the cemetery is, where the kids would hang out. I do have Nemesis out there, which can be, you know, a secret enemy or an enemy. So yeah, I find it very interesting. Some of these roads, and just, it's difficult because there's just so much land in between. So here is her chart. My dog's jumping up here. Come here, honey. And I will upload everything else soon. I do have some activity heading down this way. But like I said, I don't really have any lines except for the markers going over to that abandoned house way out here. So, not really sure. And the DC line does rule an open enemy. So, you know, I don't know. Okay, so I'll continue mapping. Like I said, I'm going to probably put more lines in for 11:15 because I truly believe at 11:15 is when our girl gets into, with that Pluto being in the 8th house of death, and, you know, this opposition here between Mars and Venus. It's just, yeah, I feel like there's a hurt ego and some type of shocking event with friends that are teenagers. A kill or be killed degree. And Venus is the 12th degree. She's hidden at this point. She's being hidden. And I don't believe that she has gone through a transformation at this point. So, okay. This is what I have for now. In the meantime, continue to please pray for Kayla Berg. You know, that we'll know her truth soon. If you want to call 1-877-409-8777 for any tips. She went missing in 2009. She was 15 years old at the time when she went missing. Please continue to pray for her, that we will know what happened to her soon. Bye-bye now. Take care. Blessed be.